Okay, here in this video I have two notebooks that I want to show you that you may find helpful. If you already know Python and Matplotlib, you probably don't need this, but both these notebooks are to help you with the flower of life assignment to create some art or designs using Python and Matplotlib. Okay, if you come to this particular GitHub repo, which I will link to in the video as well, it's called Art Designs Using Python for now. And the important thing is that I try to make it as easy as I can, so there's nothing to download. You don't even need Jupyter to download Jupyter or Python or Matplotlib or anything. You just come here and see this launch binder button. And the very first time that you do this, it will take a few seconds, hopefully under a minute, because what is going on is that this is actually launching it in the cloud. Okay, so GKE stands for, I think, Google Kubernetes Engine. We don't need to know all this, but it is running in the cloud somewhere. And so just there, it's already done. It's not too bad. And you will see a directory called Flower of Life. Go into that. There are a bunch of notebooks you can open, launch them. IPython notebook. So let's first click this to understand what this assignment is about. So 0 or 00, I'll rename some of these. Here is your goal. First exercise, draw this image. Second exercise, draw what is called the flower of life. And third, create a tile with a bunch of these flower of life images repeated over and over again. Okay. And in order to do this, I'm giving you two notebooks. So first, let's launch this one notebook called Drawing Ellipses and Circles. Okay. So if you click on that link, it should come to the first notebook, which is your helper notebook. And let me do one thing. I'm going to clear all the output so that we start fresh. Okay, when you launch this notebook, you'll actually see the images, which is okay, but now I have cleared everything. And to run this, there is a run button, or I like to use the shortcut, which is I'm used to Shift Enter. If you do that, you'll see 1 means that this cell has run. And now here I'm telling you what in Python or in Matplotlib using something called a patch. You see here, you don't even need to know all of this for now, but we are importing a bunch of libraries and showing it inline, meaning the image will show up in your notebook itself. I have imported ellipse, and here is the help page on ellipse. An ellipse takes XY coordinate, the center. You have to give an ellipse has a width and a height, and then it has an angle orientation with respect to the horizontal. We'll show all of this. It also has a bunch of keyword arguments, some of which we will use, such as the color, line width, and so on. There are many that you could use, but let's keep it simple for now. So there are 4 things that are important to us. X, Y coordinate, where is the center of your ellipse, how wide, how high is it, how tall is it, and what is the angle. So now in this cell, I'm going to create 1, 2, 3, 4 ellipses. Okay. First, you just copy this. You don't even need to know this now. We can learn the syntax later. I'm saying, hey, from this library, create a figure and give it a size of 2,5 in inches, 2 inches by 5 inches. And then I'm creating an object called AX, which is called axes, AXES. It's the Matplotlib way of referring to a figure. You can call it something else also, but AX is the convention. I'm going to add a subplot, meaning I'm going to add one plot to this big plot, to this big figure. See, to figure, I'm adding a plot 1, 1, 1. Ignore all of that for now. And what is my Y limit? I wanted to go from 0 to 50. X limit goes from 0 to 20. Okay, easy enough. Now let's focus on the interesting part. In fact, let me comment out all of these. So that I'm creating an ellipse whose center is at 10, 45 of what is it? Width is the first one. Yeah, width is 10 and height is 3. And angle is 0, and I want to draw it using red color. Okay. So I'm storing this ellipse to a variable called A, and that way I can add it to the axis. Otherwise, if you don't add this patch, it won't show up. Okay. So the object is created, and then you add it to the canvas. To run this, you can run the command here, and there. That's it. See, 20 by 50. The center is 45 by 10. And you can see that it's very wide because it's 10, height is only 3. If I make it height is 20, you will see that it becomes, right, it's much taller now. Okay, so let's leave it at 3, and then let's see if we can plot all the other ellipses as well. So the second ellipse has a center from 1040. This was 1045, so I brought it down 5 in the y-axis, so it's come lower. Nothing else changes, but I've changed the angle to be 10 degrees. So I've tilted it slightly and made it color blue. Okay, why don't we plot that? So we'll plot 2 ellipses. Note that both of them are called A. I'm doing this deliberately to show that you can reuse a variable, and then I'm adding the second ellipse also. So if I run this now, do you see this is angled a little bit? It's angled 10 degrees. Okay, so it's slightly angled. That's all. So now let's draw all 4, and let's see what we are doing. The third ellipse is 1025. All of them have x-axis 10, so it will be below 40. So I've dropped it down further 15 units on the y-axis, and it's exactly the same 10, 3. But this time I've turned it 90 degrees. Okay, so I've made it stand on its head, if you will. And the color is green, G for green, line width is still 1. My final and fourth ellipse that I'm going to draw I'm moving it, x is 20 now, so I've taken it to the edge, and its y coordinate is 15, and then it's 10, 3, and 30. Okay, so it's angle 30. So let's see what happens. I want you to notice something. Green is fine, but look at what happened to the black one. It's only showing up roughly half or slightly less than half. The reason for this is that I moved it x-axis to 20, but my axis x limit is also 20. Okay, so if I make this 25, you will actually start seeing it, right? You can play around with this. So the goal is for you to play, and remember, this is running on the cloud. It's not even on your computer. You cannot break anything, so try anything you like. If you make mistakes, you can always relaunch Binder and you will have a clean notebook. Finally, I want to make an important point. For our purposes, a circle is just a special kind of ellipse in which height and width are both the same. So again, in this cell, I'm going to create exactly the same thing. I'm going to create a figure. I'm going to add an axis to it. I'm setting a limit. All this we've seen before. I'm creating an X label so you can see that. And I'm creating 2 variables, one called height and one called width. And then I'm going to change exactly what we had, but instead this time I'm going to give height and width. Okay. Then I want to show you fill is equal to none as another keyword argument, so that you can create a hollow ellipse, or in our case, hollow circle. This is a circle because height and width are exactly the same. Okay, so let's run all of these, and you will now the ellipses became circles. Remember, for our exercise you need to draw circles. So I've changed the center has come down further, and in this case, look at what I did: 10, 15, 20, 15. So I just changed the x-axis. So both these circle centers are on the same y level, which is 15, but this fourth circle has gone to the right by 10 units. So it's actually, the center is actually exactly here, and I'm adding that patch. Angle has no impact. Okay, a circle, you can rotate a circle around its center and you will not be, it's not visible, right? So, and then I made the last one fill. So I'll stop here. So this was my 01, or your first helper notebook. So now you know how to draw circles and ellipses using just this much and a little bit of mathematics which you have to work out. You can actually finish exercise number 1, and then you will need to look at the second video or the second notebook to try to draw. I'll show you now how to do arcs. Thank you for watching.